Hey you guys, this is my cat Annabelle because I realized you guys have never seen her and she's just helping me out with filming this morning. So yeah, this is Annabelle. She's my baby. I've had her for a little over 2 years now and I love her more and more every day. This cat taught me how to love. But anyway, she can go hang out and look out the window. So anyway, welcome back to my channel if this is your first time here. Hello, my name is Adelaide. I'm a college student. New to this YouTube thing. But anyway, I kind of wanted to tell you guys a story today because I had a really scary incident happen this past week, and it's not scary as in like paranormal, which is like the YouTube trope for scary story times, but this one was real life scary, and I wanted to let you guys know what happened so that you, your families, or your housemates, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever you live with, so you guys can take the proper safety precautions and make sure that it doesn't happen to you. Because if we had known, maybe we could have prevented this. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get into the story. But I'm going to start with a little bit of backstory. So anyway, Brandon and I have been living together for over a year now. We moved in together last April, not the one that just passed, the one before that. So April 2015 we moved in together. And by the time October came around and his lease ended at the apartment we were staying at, we knew we needed a bigger place because the dog was just going crazy, and we were going crazy having to take him out like down 3 flights of stairs every day. So yeah, we ended up moving into a house with his cousin, and yeah, we you know, it was just like normal house renting procedures. You know, you get approved, they do inspections, they make sure everything is working correctly in the home, and then you're approved to move in, and so you do. So we went through that whole process, and honestly, like, things have been fine. There have been weird things that happened, like we had a leak in the pool, and like a month or two after we moved in, the AC went out, and they had to replace the system in the garage. So perks of renting is you don't have to pay for stuff like that. But anyway, you know, most of it has been minor stuff, like changing the garbage disposal because that broke one weekend. And things have been fine, like I've never felt unsafe in the house. And then Thursday morning, we had a fire, and it was a very scary fire. So I was getting ready to go to the doctor's office because I had to go to the doctor Thursday morning. So I had taken off work for the first half of the day, knowing that I had to go into the doctor, and I was in the shower going about my normal showering business, and all of a sudden the lights turned off and everything was black, and I don't have a window in my shower, so like I don't know why, but I screamed because I was freaked out and grabbed my towel and ran out of the bathroom, and I was like, Brandon, the power turned off, because he's still busy getting ready. So anyway, he's like darting into the garage, and I went into my bedroom here and grabbed something real quick just to put on, and in the middle of like grabbing something, I just hear fire. And immediately, like, my heart felt like it stopped for a minute. But I felt the full-on adrenaline rush, and I run into the kitchen. I grab our biggest fire extinguisher, because that's where our big fire extinguisher is. A lot of fires happen in kitchens. You should always have the fire extinguisher there. Anyway, I grab my fire extinguisher, and I run into the garage where he is, and I'm pulling out the pin, I'm like getting ready, I was like, move. So I see the breaker box. In our breaker box he opened it, somehow he managed to open it. I'm really glad that the fire had not progressed more, because if it had, that could have been bad. But anyway, it is bright orange, glowing, and it looks like it's just about to start like flying out flames. So anyway, I'm like, move, and I just douse it immediately. Like, I knew this fire extinguisher was safe for electrical equipment, so I just went for it, and I doused it, and you know, the whole garage is like filled with smoke and particulate from the extinguisher, and it all comes back in my face, of course. But so if you're ever using an extinguisher, stand back. But anyway, so I get it to the point where I don't see any more like glowing, and I'm pretty sure I've probably killed that part of the fire, although at this point I did not know how far it had gone. And the sneaky thing about electrical fires is if they're in your wall, you don't necessarily know there's any kind of fire going on until your wall is in flames and it is kind of too late for you to do anything. So immediately after doing this, we both execute our plan. He grabs the dog. I grab the cat and put her in her crate, which I always keep right near our bedroom, so in case of any kind of an emergency. So I throw her in her crate, and we go into the backyard, and we go through the side gate, and we run up the side, because our garage is on that side too, but that's the only exit out of the backyard. So we run up the side, and meanwhile I'm on the phone with the fire department, and they're dispatching people out. So we run out the side, and we're in our front yard. Our front yard's that way, that's why I keep pointing. And we are standing out in the middle of the cul-de-sac that we live on, and yes, hello Annabelle. Yeah, and the pets are there with us. Annabelle is just completely freaked out because of course she is. I just threw her in a box and started carrying her out places, and I was running, so I'm sure it was very shaky. Clarence, meanwhile, is having a ball because he has no idea what's going on. He just thinks he's going to go on a walk. But we are standing out in our front yard. The fire department comes after a couple minutes. Luckily, they live close to us, and you know, we've got the side door to the garage open, so they have access. Plus, we didn't think to close it, so that's open. They walk in through there. They start pulling open the panel, and they're like, okay, well, it looks like you stopped the fire, but we're going to check the attic to make sure that nothing's spread. So they get up into the attic. It doesn't look like anything is spread. They're like, look, they tell us, you know, it looks like you guys killed it. It didn't get a chance to spread. You caught it early. Basically, like, good job. So anyway, yeah, we had an electrician and our electric company come out after that. The electric company checked. They didn't see anything on their end, so they're like, yeah, it's going to be with the electrician. He'll be able to tell you what happened and get everything fixed up for you. So obviously, when you douse a breaker box with a fire extinguisher, it is destroyed forever. So the entire box had to be replaced, and it would have had to be replaced anyway. So the breakers, if you look on the back of them, there's like these two little metal panels on each one that allows current to pass through, but if those bars become separated enough, the current won't, it can like start to arc, and then it can start to spark out the back, and that's what happened, and that's what caused our fire. We don't know exactly which breaker it was because there were two that looked like they did. So we had one was the AC. That was one breaker that looks like it started throwing sparks, and the other was our washer dryer, which was on at the time, and our water heater, which was obviously on at the time because I was taking a shower. So whether it was the AC or the water heater, we're not sure. But those started throwing out sparks at the back, which caught all of like the paneling in the back. That was where the fire was coming from, and you could see like the whole scorched panel. If I have any pictures, like I'll include them. But anyway, so yeah, that's what had started the fire. Had we not been home, it would have spread. The top of our garage is all exposed plywood, because that's the attic, and they just, you know, it's just like a basic plywood floor. You can't walk on it or anything. It's just like, it's enough to support the weight of like a Christmas tree. So anyway, thank God we would have been home, because had we not been home, the house would have been extensively damaged, if not completely burned down, and we would have lost our animals. We would have lost 2 members of our family, which is really horrible and horrifying to think about, and I still am not comfortable completely leaving the house and feeling like, you know, they're going to be fine in case anything happens. So anyway, the whole moral of the story is, when you move into a place, whether you just bought it or you're renting, it's worth the $100, $150 to have an electrician come out and check to make sure that things are in proper order. Because electrical fires are scary. You don't always know that your equipment is old and hasn't been, you know, looked at properly in a while. You know, they did everything that they were supposed to. Our rental company did, but things were old, and like, old stuff doesn't always function the way it should, and that's what caused our fire, and we could have lost our home, and like I said, 2 members of our family. So those things, your family and your home, are worth the $150 inspection. Believe me, like, they are. So anyway, everything's fine, everybody's fine. We didn't lose any property. So like I said, we caught it really early, and we got it extinguished before it ever spread from the box itself. But the situation could have been a lot worse. But luckily, we had a plan. We executed the plan perfectly, and we kept things from getting worse than they were. So what you should do is have a conversation with whoever you live with and figure out what your fire plan is. Figure it out for yourself. Figure out your meeting spot, your exit strategy for if there were a fire to break out in different parts of your home. Have a way to get out for each part of your house. You know, like I said, have a meeting place outside of your house. Everybody, you know, meet in the front yard at the light post or something like that. You know, have a plan for members of your family who can't get themselves out, like animals is what I'm talking about here. You know, Brandon gets the dog, I get the cat. That's our plan. And know the hiding places of your animals, because if they smell smoke, they're probably going to go and hide. They're not going to just like hang out. Luckily, the cat was just sitting on the bed like normal, because we didn't have an alarm in the garage because humidity destroys fire alarms. But anyway, so like she was fine just sitting on the bed, and luckily I was able to grab her. But had it been a real fire, she probably would have been hiding up inside the box spring, because that's where she likes to hide. But anyway, know your pet's hiding places. Have an exit plan for them. If you're not home, what are you going to do? How are you going to get them out? Brandon and I tried to look for a little pet door that would open. Like, if there was smoke in the house, it would automatically open. We were trying to find that. There isn't a product like that. So maybe I'll take it upon myself to make a product like that once I have the training from school to do that. Like, if I can find that understanding, I will make that product and I will get it out there, because this, like, that would bring me so much peace of mind. So what we did was we installed a camera where we can, so our house, we're able to shut off most of the house when we're not home, so the pets are only are only in our great room, really, in the little hallway here outside my room, and that's all they have access to. So we got a camera that would monitor those locations in case anything happens. If there was a break-in, if there was a fire, if we could see smoke anywhere, you know, if we heard the alarm, we can monitor all of this from work. So we can call the fire department, the police, whoever we need to. And luckily we have people right here. We have a fire department right down the road. We have two actually in either direction, both of them within 2 miles. So we're lucky in that sense. So just have a plan is the best thing that I could tell you, and take preventative measures by getting that inspection. It's worth it. Fire safety is important, and fire safety can save lives and save homes and save families.